So in this new feudal age, what would these new oaths look like? I really think that as secular as our society has become, it really is going to be predicated on mostly materialistic grounds. So, obviously there's the what can you do for me aspect of all that, but also the sort of what will you do for me, whether you like it or not aspect, and that is to say the legacy aspect, because whether they like it or not, children are the legacy of their parents, and so on some level you're kind of almost shoehorned into being on your parents' team, and your parents are definitely shoehorned into being on your team. So it would definitely behoove parents and children to sort of be on a similar page as to what the goal is, right? So I imagine that to a greater or lesser degree, it depends upon the intelligence of the child, the impulsiveness of the child, and these things are not necessarily at your control. So, the proximity to the child, this especially is especially a factor after they leave the nest, right? So it's important to think about. So yeah, I believe that sort of bonds of kinship have to be forged. You got to kind of. I'm not breaking any new ground here, but you kind of have to construct your own myth, and it has to be specific to your group, right? So it'll be interesting. I have an older boy, and I have kind of kids. I have children that kind of span the whole spectrum. So it'll kind of be interesting to see sort of the different understandings. Because, and I hate to sound too lefty, but on some level, I believe that there are different kinds of truths. A lot of what we understand, I think, about America or being American is not literally true, but like spiritually true or mythologically true, right? The sort of the fiction that we tell, the narrative that we tell, sort of informs the reality later on or after the fact, because you can never really feel the spirit of an age without existing in it. However, a myth may capture that spirit in a way that is more faithful to the time and place than just a retelling or just a recounting of the facts, right? Like, the only way humans really understand much of anything is through analogy. We use symbols to get at the truth, to get at reality while never really grasping it. And in the same way, our sort of narrative retelling of events, embellishing reality, may actually paint a more accurate picture in the mind of a contemporary person of something in the past than an actual factually perfectly accurate retelling might do. Hopefully that makes sense.